Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished mayors of City of Paris, Mr. Klugman, Mrs. Elliot Blowell, and representative of the French government, Mr. Paul Watkinson, all the colleagues of the City of Paris. It's a great pleasure and honor to join this event via video conference on behalf of ICLEI Local Governments for Sustainability. My name is Yunus Arikan. I'm the head of Global Policy and Advocacy. I'm also head of focal point for the local governments and municipal authorities constituency. I'm sorry that I couldn't join you in person, and I'm also sorry that my French is absolutely impossible for you to share these views with you on that very important topic, so I apologize for that. I would like to join your discussions on three main topics. First, expression of gratitude to City of Paris and the French government. Second, the importance of the COP21 outcomes and its relevance to the cities and local and subnational governments, of course. In terms of an appreciation and gratitude to City of Paris, it was an extremely difficult year. You, as the city, had gone through so much crisis, especially the terrorist attacks. But throughout the conference, City of Paris demonstrated a huge inclusiveness, and this was a huge effort in the achievement of these results. And in that sense, we really appreciate the work led by the political leadership led by Ms. Anne Hidalgo, and especially the teams of Mr. Klugman and Ms. Blauel was excellent in terms of especially linking the 4th of December to the Cities and Regions Pavilion and to the Blue Zone activities. I think that was the biggest achievement of the success of local subnationals in Paris. Regarding the COP21 outcomes, I think the one thing we have to take into account that, yes, we all know historic, main reason is that it is now a race to the top is open. The most important unique factor of the climate agreement achieved in Paris is that no other nation would blame the other one of not taking any action, and this will not be an excuse for any nation to stop advancing of low carbon and high resilient sustainable development. That would be, probably we will see the impacts of this in the days ahead and years ahead, but I think we have to be aware that this was what Christiana Figueres was and Ban Ki-moon was saying, that this is unstoppable, this is started, train has taken off, and it is the responsibility of the national actors to work for their national governments to ask them to be more ambitious and accelerate actions. In that sense, the key things I think for 2016 is that the date of 22nd of April is important. Let's recall Paris Agreement was adopted, was not signed in the last day of COP21. So the number and diversity of national governments coming to New York and signing the agreement will demonstrate how ambitious, especially this high ambition coalition and others. Therefore, we have to put every pressure to every country to make them come to the 22nd April to sign the agreement. The second thing, of course, the implementation and governance of the whole outcomes. Let's recall we have a Lima Paris Action Agenda statement, we have a 5-year action plan, we have a high-level event that will take place. There will be new UN Secretary General being elected this year. Similarly, the chief of United Nations Environment Program and UNFCCC will also be replaced this year. So all these relations will have an important role. And of course, one unique thing is that this year, the COP presidencies, both French and Moroccan government, will be starting to assign their champions to accelerate actions. So how these personal and individual and institutional relations will evolve will impact the success and hopefully expand the decisions in the most rapid way. And finally, with regards to cities and local and subnational governments, we are proudly sharing with all the collaborative efforts of all the global partners that since 2007 we have been advocating for the recognition, engagement and empowerment of local and subnational governments. The 4th of December City Hall and the whole events in Paris was a conclusion of this 8 years of work, and was really a long-term vision. We had achieved our goals. We had been now recognized in the climate agreement. We have COP decisions, but in the agreement itself, we have an important preamble number 15, which clearly says engagement of local and subnational governments, all levels of government in the actions. This is historic. And we have also one of the biggest achievements as the inclusiveness of this process. Non-party stakeholder definition is enshrined in the document. So it's up now to scale up actions, and in that sense, scale up ambitions and actions will be the key priority. For that, we have extraordinary opportunities. We have compact of mayors, we have compact of states and regions. So we would encourage all our members and partners to scale up these efforts to this commitment through compacts. And what we would like to work with City of Paris and all the partners, with UN Spatial Environment, Climate and Cities and Climate Change and all related actors, is to encourage more active in implementation of Transformative Actions Program, which we call TAP, which we tried for the first time in Paris at the Cities and Regions Pavilion. City of Paris was one of those 80 plus cities and regions who have presented their actions that would be implemented in future. And I think in order to ensure that the new regime is accelerated much rapidly, how will we ensure that all these submissions are rapidly channeled to global funds like Global Green Climate Fund or Global Environment Facility, or the new mechanisms? I think that will be our biggest achievements, that we'll be working on that. During the year, we will follow up, of course, the process in Bonn and other areas. In September, we will come together with in the city of Nantes. Another summit will be held. And of course, the biggest challenge of this year is how we can integrate the achievements of climate agenda and other agendas with the Habitat 3 conference in October. Throughout this process, ICLEI, in its capacity as the focal point of local and subnational governments, will be actively engaging with all the partners and with City of Paris and the French government during their presidency year. We will be ready to implement all these outcomes. And in that sense, I wish you the best of success and look forward to welcome and meet you again. Thank you very much.